Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be officially starting my 100 Films in 100 Days series. I'm incredibly excited about it. The first movie I'm going to be watching is the movie Top Gun. Personally, I don't know a lot about this movie. In fact, I'm going to be totally real with you. And Top Gun Maverick came out a couple of years ago, and it was a huge deal. I did not get it at all because I did not know that this movie existed. So, I thought that this would be a good one to start with. It's an iconic movie. Tom Cruise is one of the biggest actors alive, and last year I watched Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, made my review of it, and mentioned that it was the first Tom Cruise movie I ever seen, and everybody thought that that was crazy. So we're going to be starting with this movie. I'm going to go ahead and pop it on and watch it, and I'll be back with my instant review and reaction. Alrighty, so overall, I did really enjoy that movie. I think that this movie is definitely one of those movies that, and we're probably going to run into this a lot in this series, where, like, this movie came out in the 80s, I believe, late 80s, early 90s, one of those two, and there are elements of this movie that are really cool, and I think for the time, it probably was, like, a gigantic cultural moment because, like, oh my god, these people flying jets, and, you know, the scene with him on the motorcycle when the jet's taking off, like, that stuff like that is insanely cool, and it's something that, at the time, was, like, this big revolutionary thing, and it was like, oh my god, they're able to do this now. That's so cool. Movies are going to start elevating to these levels that we've never been able to see them before, and it's really cool, like, for them back in the day whenever this movie first came out. I'm sure this was incredible to see on the big screen, but as somebody who, you know, has been watching movies with CGI my entire life, literally, like, movies that came out the year I was born had great CGI, so, like, some of the, like, visuals and stuff like that don't necessarily work incredibly well for me. There are some moments that feel like it should be a little bit more intense, and the intensity doesn't quite work for me. But overall, I think that the acting is absolutely fantastic in this. The love story in here is incredible. The sequences with Tom Cruise dealing with, like, the guilt after Goose passes away is incredibly depressing. I like the fact that this movie starts off really strongly as just like a boys are going to be boys kind of movie, and they're just silly, goofy, messing around or whatever, even though they're in a scenario where they should be taking things really serious, and, you know, they're joining, you know, the Top Gun, or was it called, like, I feel like there was a one in it. I don't know, but, you know, they're joining the really, like, prestigious Air Force class that they really want to be a part of, and they should be taking it serious, and instead, you know, they first go out drinking, they do a bunch of, like, rowdy things. Tom Cruise is hitting on this woman who he thinks is just a random girl, and then later finds out it's the teacher at their little training course that they're doing. And you know, I think that love story is fantastic. Like, I think that entire subplot is incredible. It's very solid acting, really good chemistry. It shows the importance of family. And I do like the fact that they kind of take Tom Cruise's character from being somebody who's very, like, prefers being alone, doesn't really want other people looking out for him, and takes him from that to being, like, a total lover boy. Like, they do a really good job with character development throughout this entire film, and the acting and everything is incredibly solid. And yeah, so for the most part, I had a really good time with this movie. I think that the comedy is absolutely fantastic. Some of the random sequences, like them playing volleyball and stuff like that, doesn't necessarily feel like it needs to be in this movie, but at the same time, stuff like that gives this movie its identity. It feels like a fun summer movie, and for the most part, I really enjoyed it. I don't think I have a whole lot more to say. All the emotional beats hit. A lot of the action sequences felt, for the most part, pretty good. There was just a couple of moments where I was just like, this intensity feels like it could be a little bit higher, but I don't think that's on the actors. I think that that's more on just, like, me, like, comparing it to modern day stuff, and some of the, like, sequences not looking as visually pleasing as it would if they were to record and film the same movie today, which is why I am excited. I'm going to watch Top Gun Maverick soon on this little series that I'm doing as well, because when that movie came out, that was a huge deal, and everybody talked about it, and it's like, it's one of the best legacy sequels of all time. So now that I've seen the first one, and I liked it, and I really enjoyed it, I'm very much more excited to see Top Gun Maverick. But that being said, I think I'm going to go ahead and kind of leave this here. Very interesting movie. I really liked the way that they did all the character development, character work, and the acting in it was stellar. So overall, really enjoyed this movie. Oh, I didn't mention the soundtrack, absolutely fantastic. So yeah, if I was to rank this movie on a scale of 1 to 100, I probably would give this movie a solid 92. A lot of the issues that I have with it are not the movie's fault at all. So yeah, I enjoyed it, and I would definitely recommend it. If you have not seen Top Gun, if you, like me, have been living under a rock for the last 30 years, I would definitely recommend it. But yeah, that being said, that was it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming by and checking it out. I love and appreciate you guys so much for watching. And if you liked it, feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you guys in the next one. Peace out.